Hi Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to the channel. This is Shooting Stars Tarot, and welcome to your February love reading. If you're waiting on a private reading, I wanted to get these out because I'm going to spend the next 2 days getting all caught up on private readings, so you'll have it by Saturday at the latest. I'm trying to get them all done tomorrow, which is Friday. Which is Friday what? Or January 18th, 19th. So I just wanted to get these out, and doing the generals is actually pretty clearing of the energy. When I've been spending a lot of time doing private readings, it kind of lightens everything up a little bit. Because some of you guys have got some serious questions. So it really lightens the mood up and kind of preps me for doing another big set of private readings. So don't worry, it's coming within the next 2 days, preferably one day. Okay, enough about that. Annual readings, those are taking so much time, but I have a lot of private readings to get caught up on, so those will all be done Monday, Tuesday next week. And let's get started. If you want to order a private reading, I've got a lot of different reading options on my booking site, so you just click on the link below and you can read through all the options and get those booked. You can pay through PayPal. It's really easy, so that's an option too. All right, Sagittarius. Spirit and Universe, what are the messages and advice and guidance for Sagittarius? Love life and worry. What are the messages for Sagittarius in love, in their love life? This worry. Sagittarius, worry. What do they need to know? You need to know something, because you don't know. You're confused. Priestess reversed. Okay. Beautiful. Sagittarius. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. So this is definitely you saying, I'm done fighting. I'm done. I'm throwing hands up in the air. That's why you can't see the cards. Like dropping the mic. Like, I'm done. Peace out. Right? You love to explore. Somebody doesn't want to come on a journey with you. Bye-bye. Right? Let's keep things positive. Let's keep things happy. Why do we got to make this? This is what you're kind of thinking. Why do we have to make this so dense? Why does the energy have to be so dense and heavy all the time? Why can't this just be fun? Why can't we go to explore together? Why can't we just go shopping and enjoy ourselves? Why does everything have to be a heavy? That's what I feel like saying, Sagittarius. So it's confusing you. It's frustrating you. Because even when they're Sagittarius. Now, if you're cross-watching, I have to say this, because so many people leave comments and they say, that's not me, that's my partner, it's them doing that. Yes. All the readers say that the energies can be crossed. So if you're cross-watching, or if you're saying, this isn't me, this is a partner, yes, it's a general reading. If you want something specific to your scenario, order a private reading. Because otherwise, there's going to be things that really resonate and things that don't resonate, or the energies could be totally flipped. So just keep that in mind, please. Okay? So as I throw hands up in the air and just say, I'm dropping the mic, I'm Sagittarius, I'm done with your shenanigans, you're actually taking a really good look at the situation and your partner in your love life, even if you're completely single. You could be saying, I am so sick of trying to take things slow and do things right and make things work. I am tired. I'm done. I'm dropping the mic. I'm calling it. Judgment reversed, right? I'm calling it. I'm sick of feeling frustrated. I'm sick of trying to find this beautiful future. I'm sick of trying to put the work in, right? I'm done. You're confused. And the reason why I was saying that, before you do that, before you have those thoughts, Sagittarius, remember, you are a fire sign and you are full of optimism. Now, just because you're full of optimism doesn't mean that you have to be the one doing all the work. It doesn't mean that you have to be the one carrying the relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to be the one calling things on or off. Okay? There's equality. And I say that for a very specific reason. How you feel in this position is the Six of Pentacles. You want equality. So you're confused because you don't want to just call it. It's like you want to give things a fair chance, but you are getting tired. You are getting frustrated. You are feeling like pulling the plug. For challenge or benefit, Queen of Pentacles. You're done. You're done being generous. You need your partner to step up. And until they do, you're out. So what's interesting is in your past, we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is generosity, generous with emotions, offering love, offering initiation, proposals. So I'm feeling that you, Sagittarius, feel like you're the one that has been doing this. But keep in mind that people are different. If someone, you could be dealing with the water sign. You don't have to be, but you could be. This could be an ex trying to come back, or like you're just not interested. But you could be feeling like in the past, you've been the one that initiates everything. So you're frustrated. Or somebody's trying to come into your life very strongly and you're just not interested, and it's confusing you because you might feel a little guilt inside, like you feel like you should be into them because they're a good person, or they're interested in you. So you should never get caught up in your life in the word should. I should do this, I should do that, I should have done this. That will lead you down a rabbit hole nobody wants to go down. So if someone's making you offers and you're wishing that they were somebody else, don't feel regret about that. Don't let yourself get confused. It's not what you want, it's just not what you want, and own it. Which normally you would, Sagittarius. So I'm not that might be just for a very small percentage of you. Now, what's grounding your worry and crowning your, there are two reverse cards. 8 of Swords reversed. So you're definitely not, you don't feel paralyzed in the situation. You don't feel stuck. Okay, your mind is very clear, even though you might be confused. Your mind, your thought process about this situation, even though you don't feel stuck, it could be off. Your intuition could be off a little bit. And then we have the Moon card. This is very manipulative energy. It is deceit. It is lies. It is hidden. It is secrets. Hidden information and secrets. So all this positivity that I just talked about, and you dropping the mic and maybe feeling guilty because you're not into somebody or something like that, it's warranted because there is something going on. Now, it doesn't mean it's heavy. It doesn't mean it's huge. It doesn't have to be a big deal. But your uncertainty, Madison, it's like you're feeling good, but then there's like a little hiccup in your gut, and you're like, wait, something might be off a little bit. And then you're like, okay, we'll work through this, whatever. And then there's a hiccup, and you're like, wait a minute. So I feel like there's a sense of little red flags popping up. Doesn't mean they have to turn into anything major. Doesn't mean something's wrong, but you're kind of catching some things along the way. And even though you don't feel stuck in it, there is a hint of secrecy on some level. You could be confused about your current relationship. If you're in a long-term solid one, you could be confused about it and just uncertain about what to do. Okay? And so your response is a kind of fight or flight. And so you're flighting. You're going to step away. In the future, we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So feeling like things aren't coming in the time that you want them to come. Now, I had the same conversation with Aries. Fire signs are known for being very impatient. So just be a little conscientious. Just because the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, just because things aren't going your way, just because things feel like they're taking a turn for the worse, give them time to work out. Give things time. Okay? Something could happen that causes a lot of stress on your love life and the relationship, but before you get all bent out of shape about it and overly anxious about it, just give it some time. Okay? I do see love offers coming to you, but it is confusing to you on some level. You definitely want equality, you want reciprocity, you want generosity. You also want stability, okay? It's like you don't want to be the only one that's carrying the weight or the giving or financing the relationship, of course. So there is a sense here of both parties needing to do that, or one party could be giving more. Because if you look, there's only one person here giving all these pentacles, all these coins to these children. So yes, there is a huge sense of generosity. There is a huge sense of giving and receiving, but it can also be a little one-sided. So is that what you're frustrated about? Something's going on because your partner, they have the Devil card here, and that's the card of unhealthy attachments and addictions. And so maybe there's some secrecy around some addictive sort of behavior. Could be drinking, could be drugs, could be smoking, could be unhealthy eating habits, could be an unhealthy sexual attachment, could be codependency. So something along those lines is triggering some red flags in you. And so it's almost as if this relationship was going really well, and then you have this hiccup and you're like, oh crap, I see a red flag. And you're feeling like, oh, everything's tumbling down. Or I'm not going to put any more work into this because I'm coming from a healthy place, a solid place, and they might not be. Okay? Or vice versa. So in your hopes and fears, though, we have the Justice card. So you do hope that this all gets balanced out. You do hope that it gets weighed out and it turns into a fair situation. And you most certainly, Sagittarius, are willing to put in the work, whatever's needed. Okay? You feel like you're going to drop the ball. You feel like you're done. But ultimately, at the end of the month, something's going to come to light in some way, possibly through this balancing out and possibly through a discussion where you're like, hey, we need to work on this together. You're going to be kind of taking the lead in this, taking control in this, and I'm kind of feeling like putting together a plan of action of what to do and how to resolve this, whatever this is. Now, keep in mind, this is how they feel about you. So they might feel that there's either codependency on your level, on your side, which I don't think, is that's like so not even like a Sagittarius. But this unhealthy attachment, whatever it may be, this is how they feel about you. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Let's pull some clarifiers. Shall we? Please clarify this Knight of Cups. Who's this Knight of Cups for Sagittarius? Clarify this Knight of Cups, Sagittarius. Six of Cups reversed. In the past, you have wanted an ex to come back that didn't. And now you're confused because they didn't. How could they not come back to you? How could they not? What? They're moving on? They're happy without me? That's confusing. That hurts. That's frustrated. That causes you to want to completely drop the ball too. Okay, please clarify this moon card. Clarify this moon card for Sagittarius. Page of Cups reversed. So much water. You really might be dealing with the water sign, and they are not communicating, or their emotions are shut off to you, and it's driving you nuts. So kind of in a sort of way to balance the scales, I guess, you're trying to just cut them off too. And that might feel freeing to you. That actually might feel freeing to you. But it's still bothering you. It's still frustrating. It still gives you that sense. Fire signs like to earn and fight and work for what they get. Like they're not afraid to put the elbow grease in. So it kind of is feeding. I'm sensing that if you are wanting somebody to come back, now this isn't for everybody, but if you are wanting someone to come back, and they're not communicating with you, it's like you're getting angry and you're going to shut off communication also. But then it kind of fuels this, okay, I need to win. I'm going to get their attention. So it kind of fuels this wanting to pull out all the stops to make this work. Like you're not going down without a fight. You feel like it initially. You're just like, forget you, I'm done. But then you kind of say, wait a minute. I know what I'm picking up. But again, that message isn't for everybody. Okay. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Again. Okay. Remember how I said you're going to be like, I'm done. But then you just kind of pull back and it's a little bit of the strategy right before you start fighting again. That's what that Four of Swords is. So healing. That's this card of healing. It's also a card of sorting out your thoughts and thinking before you act. Really think about the quality that's actually there in your relationship, because there may not be any. One person definitely could be giving way more or trying way harder than the other person. Please clarify this shadow card. The Devil. Please clarify the Devil for Sagittarius. The Sun. Okay, so they want you to be happy and they want happiness with you, your current partner or your love interest. Could be different from this other person that we're talking about back here. They see happiness there, but they also see that things need to get worked out first. So there's an unhealthy something in the dynamic that needs to be addressed in a very diplomatic way, and it will breathe life back into you, back into the relationship. Please clarify the Empress for Sagittarius. Please clarify the Empress for Sagittarius. Yes. Let your guard down. Let your guard down. Get back to your happy, jovial, supportive, excited, optimistic self. That's where you start to see the transformation take place. That's when you see the transformation take place. Okay? This comes when you let your guard down and let the defenses down. They need to do it too. Back to this equality. You both need to do it. But get back to that positive place. View it from a positive energy. That will change the frequency. And I know when I put these cards down, this was actually reversed, but I put these cards down like I moved them. So there's that. Okay, so that's done. Let's pull some high-level advice and guidance messages. I feel like there's animosity on some level, maybe because you're angry somebody didn't come back and you wanted him to, so you're kind of devising a new plan. Possible. Secondly, your partner might not be giving you everything that you want, and you're trying to figure out how to entice them. Thirdly, you could be one person in the relationship could have something that's very unhealthy, an unhealthy attachment to a person or something, and that needs to be resolved. But the message really for you, Sagittarius, this month is to go into it not with a fighting heart, but with a loving heart, a supportive heart, and a strategic heart. Clear your mind. Okay? Clear your mind. Don't get caught in rabbit hole mode. Clear your mind before you think and act. Before you talk and act. Okay. High-level advice and guidance. What are the high-level advice and guidance messages for Sagittarius? High-level advice and guidance. Ace of Cups, new love, 10 of Wands, and the Devil. There's the Devil again. And then underneath we have the 5 of Cups. Regret. So there is a sense of regret on some level. Be conscientious of that. There is new love. So in terms of advice and guidance, this is very burdensome. This attachment, this unhealthy behavior or addiction that's occurring on some weird level within the relationship or the dynamic or with a person. Could be obsessing about a person also. It's very unhealthy, but this is you recognizing that it's coming to an end. And you're facing this a little bit more, so you're recognizing that this has to come to an end before you can really allow new love to come in. So there's an awareness here in terms of advice and guidance. There's definitely an awareness in your mind of what is happening and what needs to take place in order to get to the next level or a new place. And there's regret, possibly around an old relationship. And it could be, this is the 6 of Cups, by the way, in this deck. And it could be because at one point with somebody you were very, very happy and you saw a big future there. And it's possible it didn't or hasn't yet come to fruition. And there's regret there. He's looking towards the past. He's looking at the 6 of Cups reversed. He's looking at this Knight of Cups. So in order for something new to take place and your love life to evolve, there has to be this laying down of this burden, whatever this is. All right. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you so much. If you'd like a private reading, you can click on the link below. Happy Valentine's Day. I promise the annuals will be out in the next couple days. I promise. I just have to do all private readings first, okay? All right, I love you. Bye.